What's up? How about a Twosun? I mean, man, this box is bulging. Whew. Let's get it out of here before it busts the seams of the box. Okay. Old school Twosun day. Wow. Look at this thing, man. Come on. Karambit. And polished a bunch. Ooh, look at this thing. It's all fingerprinted up. So I bought this on the secondary market, clearly, because this thing's not going to be available anywhere new. It looks like it's got some use on that polish, for sure it does. It's been cut. Yeah, but I knew that when I purchased it, that it was a used piece. It's got a little scratch here too, and then some other cut marks here on that polish. I might be able to buff that out. This one would be more difficult because I wouldn't want to buff out the logo. I mean, it feels pretty sharp. Interesting. What about the rest of it? I mean, I don't see where. It's got like a stonewash finish on the pocket clip. I don't really see any wear on it. Usually it'd be on the front of these scales as well if it was put into a pocket. I just, it's possible somebody just cut with it and that polish is delicate. I mean, who knows what it took to get that, but let's get a model number. Yeah, so this is kind of an elusive little dude. This is I believe, all the best information I have, this is a TS-MB-01. So I know that TS-01 is very similar to this. It's got a little difference here. It's not polished. And then also the TS-02 is very similar to this. A couple of very small differences. And I believe the TS-03 is also very similar to this. A Karambit style, the finger hole. Yeah. I mean, super early model. The pivot, the action on this appears to be a little tight. I'm not sure if it's that screw or what's causing that. There we go. Much better. Suppose I got play now. Yeah, a little bit of rock in there. We'll have to take a look at all that. Interesting. And I mean, am I recommending to go out and find one of these? Listen, I am a Twosun collector. So, of course, when I come across something like this, man, I got to get it if I can. I mean, I'm not going to pay crazy money. If I can get it at a reasonable price, I got to put it in the collection. Let's take it apart. So this is going to be a great opportunity to show off this new screwdriver. This is a Steinway, and this was sent to me in a care package that had so much cool stuff in it. I can't even cover it all right now. Like, it's going to be a process. But Braden sent me some of the coolest stuff, and one of the things that he sent me was this screwdriver. It's on ball bearings, and he also sent me a bunch of these Weehaw bits, man, the T8s and the T6s. So, I mean, golly, Braden, man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate everything you sent me. Now, he and I have been discussing sharpening, and so he sent me some sharpening stuff that go with the upgraded Work Sharp fixed blade sharpening system. And so there'll be some stuff to come out on it in the future. But he sent me a holder for some diamond plates and, you know, some really cool stuff. So, yeah, man, thank you so much. Appreciate you sending it off to me. And this driver, very cool, brother. Very cool. You know, I think like most of the stuff he sent me was kind of hand-me-down stuff, but man, that's how this works. I mean, I hand a bunch of my stuff off, like, you know, channel members and stuff. You know, I mean, I sell knives, and you know, sometimes I sneak stuff in the package, and you know what I mean. I mean, that's how we do each other. And Braden definitely took care of me. And, you know, in essence, the channel, he's just looking out, and he is a knife guy like the rest of us, for sure. Steel liner, for sure. I mean, I don't think we weren't spouting titanium at that point. I don't think those early days had titanium going on, but we've got Teflon washers in here. We're kind of dirty. Got a big one and a small one. Quite a bit of grime in here. I think we can clean that up. And I don't really see any reason to remove this other scale. I am noticing that this is the backspacer, and there's not spacers. Like here, there's a spacer. There's not spacers in here, so there's no way to run this knife without this piece. But I believe this piece will polish up very similarly to the blade itself. And so I think while I have this off, I may see if I can't do some polish in here and see what we can come up with. So, with that said, you know, of course to you, it'll be whoop, and we're back, but here we go. Okay, so there's been a little bit happen here. So I worked on this a little bit, cleaned it up. It had some scratching on it, and I did some just slight satin finish. I didn't want to make it like a mirror. And then I also worked on this blade, and I think I did a pretty good job getting most of those scratches out. Let's take a look. So this side and the tip was chewed up pretty good. And so I was able to get it out. And then if you remember, it had this long scratch along here, and it's gone. Yep. And then this side also had tip scratches, and they're gone. Yeah, so I was able to clean that up pretty good. Now, is it perfect? Nah, it's not perfect, but I'm pretty sure it didn't even come out of the factory perfect. I ultrasonicked the scales and got all there wasn't a lot of grime in them, but, you know, there was a little bit. And then I re-oiled these. I oiled them and dried them, because when they came out of the ultrasonic, they were basically white. So I've got a little bit of wipe down here that's got to happen. That towel is leaving a lot of smudges. So I'm going to shift and use this towel. But yeah, let's wipe everything down and we'll reassemble. Man, what a unicorn. I don't know that I've ever seen one of these before. And when it popped up, I jumped on it. I have another one on the bench here that I was able to snatch up quick as well. I'm pretty sure if I wouldn't have got it when I found it, I would have never got it. And that would be this one. Yeah, look at this thing. Come on, man. What a cool piece this one is. But yeah, I mean, you come across them, man. And you run into people that hey, you tell me, but for some reason, some guys like to buy multiples of these Twosuns. And every now and then they get busy moving them out. And so I've been fortunate that way as well to kind of come across some individuals that decide to clean up their Twosun collection. I think this is the big washer. I think we're going to go with that anyways, whether I'm right or not. I'm going to put a couple of screws in. It's these little ones. And this one's got a spacer. It's this spacer right here. And listen, like most of my Twosuns, they're, oh, come on. How did that happen? Just straight up nonsense. They're not going to get carried. I mean, at this point with my Twosun collection, I'm not looking really to carry any of them. I mean, they are case clean, boy. I get them. I check them in. I fuss with them a little bit, but then they get put up. I'll be honest. I have contemplated. Yeah, I have thought about selling that collection. Recently, a couple of times, I've just kind of entered my head, and I thought, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll put it up for sale. I know what I don't want to do. I'm not interested in like parting it out. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't interest me at all. Like one at a time, or two at a time, or five at a time. I think if it came down to that, like if I couldn't find a buyer to just buy the whole thing, I don't think I'd sell it. I'd just keep it and I don't know, end up in a pawn shop or something 20 years from now. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I've had the thought a couple of times recently. I've thought, maybe I should just sell that, man. Because to be honest, it's taken up a lot of room, and I don't know. And I'm not a big collector of things. I told this story a while back, man, that, I have had a few things in my life where I thought, man, I'm going to collect this, and it's going to be worth something. And, and that's not why I collect Twosuns. I like the knife and the value and the way that you purchase them, the whole eBay structure, and it just lent itself well for me to get interested in them, and at some point it took on a life of its own. At some point I had so many that it was like, well, I got to get them all. You know, I gotta keep getting them. You know, and I'm just saying. Lately, I've had a couple of opportunities where I kind of went, I don't know. Maybe I start to think about what it would take to move it down the road. I don't know. But then I buy 5 Twosuns over the weekend or whatever, you know. Because there's always a new model, right? How's that go? I think it just sits flat like so. Did that fall out of there? Sure did. Come on, man. I don't want to have to do this twice if I don't have to. There we go. That'll probably hold that in. Nope. Matter of fact, it popped it right out of there. I think we'll try to do them together. You know, I think if I put the pocket clip on, that'll hold all this together. Let's do that. There it is. Let's see. That one maybe? This new bit driver that Braden got me. It's got a great magnet in it. There it is. Gotcha, sucker. And then I think the other one's this one. Yeah, great little bit driver. Functions really well. A little stubby. Alright, let's see if we can't like do all this at one time. Like so. And I think if I throw the pivot in, it should hold everything together. You know, these early Twosuns all had these star screws. I even have some where the side screws have the little stars on them, the scale screws. This knife does not. Yeah, I cleaned this up as well. I think I'm going to loosen this pivot and let these screws get tight from the back to the front. Where's that extra screw go? There it is. Okay. I do think, I thought about it, but I do think I could polish these screws as well. And I don't think it'd be hard. Just get my buffing wheel and I could probably hold on to them and get a pretty good shine on these screws. I thought about it, but I thought, honestly, I just kind of wanted to clean it up a little bit, kind of archive it and stick it in a case, I don't modify these Twosuns anymore. I kind of just take them as they are. Now this one, cleaning up a used knife a little bit, yeah, I don't mind doing that at all. All right, let's check this pivot. Pocket screws one more time. or the pocket clip. There we go. Yeah, see, that was really loose now. All right, let's check that action. Woo! Tight. Body screws are too tight, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. A little wobble in there now. Yeah, still got a little wobble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Anybody remember that? Let's try that. I think we're snug now. Yeah. I think I'm going to leave it right there. Yeah, I can get that out. All right, let's give it a wipe, and then we'll finalize some check-in work. How about that? Got the little sticker here. That sticker, I send those out to members. So if you sign up for a membership, even if it's the 99-cent one, I'll get your address, and I'll send you a sticker. Little perk. All right, there we go. A Twosun Tsmb01, to the best of my knowledge. That's what this is. I can't find any different. So I do find that designation. I just don't know if it's accurate. I can't find anything to refute it. So maybe somebody that's a bigger Twosun aficionado than me could verify or debunk it one way or another. Action, I mean, listen, the Teflon washers and all that, I mean, I'm going to say, I mean, honestly, it's like, I'm going to give it a C grade, like a C, is it a C or a C plus or a C minus? Here's what I'm going to say. With Teflon washers, this era, this level of knife at that time, it's average. And that's a C. It's not bad, but I mean, I'm going to give it a C plus. I mean, it's pretty snappy when it comes out of there. So the ergonomics on it play a part in what I'm grading it at. Just because of how I'm able to grip it and throw that out. I mean, it runs pretty good. It's got this gut hook up here. Like you're out skinning game, you need a gut hook on your grambit. That's interesting. I mean, let's talk about the ergonomics. It's a little long in the grip. I'd rather be down there, but of course to get in this ring, I mean, sets me back in the handle a little bit. It's not my favorite spot. Same with this grip. If my hand was a little bigger or this was a little shorter, I'd be better. I'd feel better about it. To be truthful, this is a better grip than not using this at all. Yeah. Same here. It's a better grip inside the ring and then this lip. Pretty confident grip all in all. Feels pretty good here. Let's check pocket clip. I mean, just because it's old and a unicorn, I'm still going to check it in, right? Yeah, pocket clip works great. I think by design, it's got quite a bit sticking out of the pocket there, so you can get a good grip on it and get it out of there. It's grippy. My spot in the back pocket, perfect. I mean, clearly I'm carrying a piece, right? Not just, I mean, that's not a pocket knife. That's a piece, man. Let's check it for safety. The clip works great, though. There's no issues. It's not deep carry, but again, by design, it's not supposed to be. Got any blade contact? None there. The tip's buried. So, I mean, the clip's okay. The tip's good. And then I'm confident I can handle this knife pretty much in any fashion and not cut myself. Now, I will say this gut hook concerned me at first, but this is polished and rounded off at the top, and it's not really sharp. Like, I think if I really dug my finger in there, I might be able to get to it, but I mean, speaking of sharp, I wonder what that blade is like. Let's just test it. I've got this horrible magazine paper. I hate testing the edges with this stuff. I don't even know why I'm going to do it, but here we go. I mean, all in all, it's pretty sharp. Yeah, not bad. For being that old, I don't think it, like I say, looking at the knife, I don't think it got used or anything like that. Clearly somebody cut something with it. But yeah, I don't think it actually got used. And to be truthful, maybe a strop would clean it up. What's it do on just like standard paper? I expect it to do pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Price and availability. Yeah, I would say, if somebody has one of these, I would expect to pay a fair price for it, only because it's going to be fairly rare. You're not going to find this retail anywhere. It's just going to be a collector's piece, or I don't know, a pawn shop, or somebody just arbitrarily comes across one at an estate sale and they're clearing it out, whatever. Man, that polish is hard to keep up with, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, what if you came across one, what would be a fair price? I mean, I got it for an incredibly fair price. I'm stunned at what I paid for this, considering how early of a Twosun model it is. I'm not sure that the seller was really aware of what they had here. But I would venture to say that anybody that knows what this is, they're going to ask for a fairly reasonable price, because it's a collector piece for sure. Yeah. All right. Twosun MB or TS-MB01 is my understanding of what the knife is. I appreciate y'all watching.